on the camera. I'm going to go through everything, starting up, getting ready. Was going through some old videos. I always go back and rewatch training videos, especially now with instructing. It's nice to keep going back and looking through them, fresh on everything. And every time I watch some of the videos, I learn something new. Something I've missed before. Alright. Master ignition 1, avionics on. See them collecting off of the hangar. Throttle is to idle. Pull my choke. A lot easier in this to see around compared to parachute with the prop behind us. Throttle's to idle. Autopilot on. And slowly release that choke. Keeping those RPMs just at 2,500. Noise canceling. If you don't have noise canceling headphones, get some. Very nice. I like to double check and make sure I'm hooked up to my Stratus. Excuse me. There we go. Now I'm hooked up to the Stratus. Bluetooth. Hook up my GoPro, or my Bose. Good. So the one thing I have, if I'm turning on my ForeFlight, which I'm using ForeFlight for my ADS-B in with my Stratus, if I have my camera on, it'll connect to my camera and not connect. My iPad will connect to the camera and not connect to ForeFlight, my iPad. So here, just waiting on my oil temp. While I'm sitting here, I just get everything set up. My trim set for takeoff. This trim's touchy. It doesn't take much for it to move. Some of you people have made comments about the D180. I like the D180 screen. It's a great screen. I mean, it's not super big, but it's what I'm used to. So I don't mind it at all. Does everything that I need it to do. Set my altimeter. So the one thing I have on the bottom of my ForeFlight, you can pick different things that you want on here. I always keep my ground speed on here, but I'll have nearest barrow. So once I'm up in the air, I'll get the closest altimeter setting. And especially being around Philadelphia and Atlantic City, and sometimes you're flying in a few 100 feet window, so you need to make sure that you're got the right altimeter setting in. So I've been messing a lot with my EGT on the right side. Definitely has a better connection. Reads a little off, but then sometimes it wouldn't read at all, and then it'd read high, and then it'd read low. So right now, I think I've got that down. My autopilot bugs. I always set my autopilot bugs. let's just say 2,000. I set a good altitude, get a heading. This doesn't really matter. I just kind of more want to go up to how my EGT's doing. A little cooler today. We've had some heat. Alright, I'll turn the camera back on for the warm-up. Alright, I said warm-up. I don't mean warm-up for my run-up. But I want to tell you what I like to do for setting on my ForeFlight is I put in the flight categories for each airport. For just a quick look, I can see if they're VFR, marginal VFR in the area. So I like, looks all really good except down by the shore. The clouds are going to come in a little later today. I'm not going real far, but I like that setting. So what I'll do here is I'll cross the runway. I'm going to take off 3.6. The winds are like from, they're right from the east. But what I'll do is I'll cross it so when I turn to do my run up, my nose, the airplane's into the wind. Bucks traffic, experimental 121 hotel, crossing the active runway, gonna be lining up for 3-6, Bucks. Alright. And at the end of 3-6, so here, I could turn, get a nice good view of any planes coming in, no matter what direction they decided to come in, and I'm kind of into the wind. So I fly all from the left seat, from the right seat. I've been flying from the right seat for a while. Good to be back in the left seat. Brakes hold, flight controls. Very good. Flight instruments check. Fuel quantity, or fuel valves on. Fuel quantity's good. Fuel quantity's good there. Trim set for takeoff. Flaps 1 notch. Canopy's latched. Always make sure that canopy's latched. Stick back, engine run up. On 100. 80. Good. Everything good. Minimum oil temp way above. 13.6 for volts. Use good. Fuel pressure good. And we are good to go. Double check for traffic. Buddy. Bucks traffic, experimental 121 hotel, departing 3-6 to the south, left-hand traffic, Bucks. Getting that nose wheel in the grass. There we go. I pull up right next to the road. Usually the cars coming by. What in the world? Not that often you see a plane right up against the road. Oh, there's a plane right there. Prop duster. I'm just waiting to see what he's doing. Keep an eye out for him. Doesn't take much for this plane to get up off the ground. Keep an eye out for I see him. I'll turn early.
Bucks traffic, experimental 121 hotel, left crosswind, 36 Bucks.
Stay out of his way. He's low. I mean, he's right off the ground, but I'd extend my, I wouldn't turn so early, but every situation's a little different. Ah, nice morning.
Bucks traffic, experimental 121 hotel, left downwind for 36, depart to the south, last call, Bucks.
I've noticed with the crop dusters that I don't know if they even listen to the radio at all. I've tried to call over to them just to make sure I'm out of their way, and a lot of times they don't respond, so I guess they're flying so low. Boy, this plane climbs nice. So I get a lot of military traffic. They come through pretty low, and I don't pick them up on my ADS-B, so I've always got my eye out for them. And I'll tune into Millville. It's a Class E airport, 6 miles south of me. And I'll tune into them to listen. Oh, we'll see where they're, what cloud layer. Got a paper thin layer. Looks like at about 2,500. I don't even know if you'd call that a layer. I could see off in the distance where the stuff pretty low. Not really nice around here. This, I don't know if you can see the little sand wash here, real good tell for finding bucks. So I would say that if you're there, you go 360 degrees, just head north right from there, and it'll pretty much put you at bucks. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, coming from the south, I'm going to do a touch and go on 10. What I like to do, especially a field I'm not real familiar with, crossing midfield, kind of getting a good sight picture of the airport where I'm at. Because even this one, I mean, I'm from this area, I don't land here a lot. Easy to miss it.
KROELINGER traffic, experimental 121 hotel, 2 miles to the south, crossing midfield 1,500, will be entering a left downwind for 10, KROELINGER.
So I'm from the area, I know it, but it's still hard to see. There it goes right there. Start to power back.
KROELINGER traffic, experimental 121 hotel, left downwind, 10 KROELINGER.
So this big trees on one end, and also power lines right at the other end. Little 2,000-foot runway. I'm just doing one notch, just because I'm basically, as soon as my back wheels touch, I'm full power, taking off.
KROELINGER traffic, experimental 121 hotel, left base 10 KROELINGER.
I think I'm saying the name right. Boy, even here, you lose that sight picture real quick. Hard to see, I'll tell you. I think in an emergency, I'd pick 55 over this airport.
KROELINGER traffic, experimental 121 hotel, final touch and go, 10 KROELINGER.
Pretty high approach.
$500.
Woo, that's close. I didn't technically touch down. I could have landed, but you got trees and power lines right there. Whew. I need some practice there. I mean, I could land it, but man, doing a touch and go, woo. I guess I could have pulled another notch of flaps, but well,
Wind 10 KROELINGER.
let's try that again. Get my speed a little bit down.
KROELINGER traffic, experimental 121 hotel, left downwind 10 KROELINGER.
Gonna just extend my final a little bit longer. You know, there's not a lot of room for error with this airport. You got at least Bucks, one end you don't have trees. So either when you're landing or taking off, you don't have trees and power lines. Here, you got trees and power lines both sides. trees or power lines or both. One notch of flaps. So I'm coming right over 55. Got a lot of turbulence from the trees.
KROELINGER traffic, experimental 121 hotel, left base 10, KROELINGER.
Just trees.
KROELINGER traffic, experimental 121 hotel, final 10, touch and go, KROELINGER.
Still, I'm keeping it up pretty high. I don't know if you can see from the camera, but you're like, it's forest and then a tiny little field and then forest. So I think last time I kept my speed up just because of, look at what I'm looking at. Trees.
500.
Looks better. Yeah, I could see this airport be a tough airport, flying in and out of. I want to say if anything's tougher than Bucks. There I go, got my speed down a little bit. Woo! You are close. Oh man. Well, I technically touched down. I'm not putting all three wheels down on the ground there. Alright, let's go over to Millville with a 5,000 foot runway, or 6,000 foot runway. We got a 5 and a 6,000 foot runway. Show you the difference coming in and out of a tight field with trees on each side, and then coming into a big airport that's got 5,000 and 6,000 feet to work with.
121 Hotel, 7 miles to the northeast. We'll be entering a left downwind, left downwind 14. Make that 10, double traffic.
Bombers traffic caravan on the right base for 32, Bombers have the upwind.
Woo! Oh, here we go. I was looking at the wrong field.
Somerset traffic, that's 993 Pump Delta. Midfield, left downwind, runway 30, Somerset traffic. Bombers traffic caravan, show final 32, Bombers.
So, hospital right there, we get a lot of helicopter coming in and out of there.
Millville traffic, experimental 121 Hotel, 5 miles to the north. We'll be entering a left downwind for 10, Millville traffic.
Down to pattern altitude.
Oil pressure low.
I got a kit to move that oil pressure gauge. So let's see the difference going into a tight field than going into a nice big Class E airport. Now you got a lot more traffic here.
Millville traffic, experimental 121 Hotel, left downwind 10, Millville traffic.
Bomber traffic, White Archer, 4 miles to the west now, leaving the area, final call moment. Wing, Penn Star 4 helicopter 6 to the northwest inbound for landing, runway 6.
1 knot to the left.
Wing.
Got so much to work with here. No sense in, and even before the runway and after the runway, you got 2,000 feet of fields. Big difference. Much safer.
Millville traffic, experimental 121 Hotel, left base 10, Millville traffic.
Nice.
Millville traffic, experimental 121 Hotel, final 10, touch and go, Millville.
So, and I got glide path. And I'm right on glide path. 2 whites, 2 reds.
500.
2 whites, 2 reds. Go full flaps. 1 mile final. So this is the thing, you start learning, you train at a nice airport like this, and then you come home to
Wing fence are forward, left base to runway.
a little different. I'll always see cars stop at a nice glide path. A little turbulent at 300 feet. Look at that runway. Whew. Wow. No hurry. Look at that. I could roll forever. Keep that front wheel up. Big difference.
Oil pressure low.
Little bumpy at the surface.
Millville traffic, experimental 121 hotel, left crosswind 10, Millville.